Hello. Welcome to day 5, which should be December 29th, of our yarn adventure through the mountains, through minis. We'll unveil today's color and its inspiration and talk a little bit about it. Um, so let's get right into it today. All right, so here, yes, I have cut it open because I do not want to do scissors on camera. But here is day 5. And let's just pull it out and talk about it. All right, so ta-da! It is this very blue. Looks about the same on my screen. Blue. And it's probably there's a little bit darker bits. And yes, there's still some snow white spots on purpose. So it shouldn't be completely flat. There should be some darker bits, a little bit tonal, but it is a very blue. And there's a reason why it's a blue. What is the name? What's the name? All right, I'm gonna murder this name, and you will too, I'm pretty sure. Vatnicor? No, that's a J. And then the O, at least in German, it would be an umlaut. This is not a German word. Where is this at? Well, it's in Iceland. It's in Iceland, which is why I cannot say it. All right, let's look on our globe here. All right. So the last one was Araki, which was in New Zealand, way down here. Now we're like going as far away from that as we possibly can. All the way around the globe up to like the North Atlantic, up here. Look how close to the North Pole. Iceland. And if you've ever taken a commercial flight over to Europe, like they usually make the name of that. The shortest route is actually kind of looks more northern because the globe is round. And Iceland is not a big island. But we are talking about, I'll show you some maps that we can discuss to show you exactly where this mountain and glacier is. All right, so let me share like a quick map for you. Let me share my screen. And yes, I don't know if I'm saying that. I've been looking, trying to see if I can say this right. Vatna Joku. You guys can tell me I know I'm wrong. Let's see. Here is my inspiration photo. And then we'll get to the maps. This blue is the blue of glacier ice. Why is glacier ice so blue? Because it's so thick. It's, ice absorbs all the red, and then therefore the blue can transmit through. And so when you see thick ice, like glacier ice, it often is very blue. This is an ice cave in the Vatnajökull glacier. Wish I knew how to say it. And let me share a map with you. Yeah. Okay. And here is the geography of Iceland. Reykjavik is the only one that I think I sort of know how to say. That is the capital and where a lot of people live. And here is the Mid-Atlantic Ridge, which is where the tectonic plates are going together. And I'm bringing this up because after I'd already dyed this, guess what popped up in the news? There's a volcanic eruption now, which is probably still going on as of December 29th, probably still. That's going on in Iceland. So I kind of wish I'd made like a fire and ice color. Sorry, guys. I dyed this a bit ago. So it is the ice, the ice part. We were going to talk about the fire part though. So Reykjavik is over here on the map, kind of on the left. And then you'll see this is the ridge. This is where like all the volcanoes in Iceland are. here, it's kind of hard to see, but this is the name of this glacier area we're talking about. And there's a mountain directly underneath it that I'm going to murder the name. It starts with an HV. Havana Dal Shinnekur. Oh, the tallest mountain in Iceland, right underneath. This glacier area, the Vatnajökull glacier, takes up 1/3 of Iceland. It's already not a big country. So this is the area we're talking about. They have these really cool ice caves over there. And then the eruption, at least that's going on today while I'm talking, is over here near Reykjavik. Okay. So it is truly a land of fire and ice. In fact, this glacier is over a kilometer thick in certain parts. That's not the average, but it's really thick, which is why it made me want to do this like really blue that you get when you look at glacier ice. And also like Game of Thrones was shot here. If you ever watched that, like the North of the Wall thing, and then the wall was actually like CGI of some of this glacier. So you've seen it on screen. There's a couple of James Bond films that were filmed up there too. But I want to show you something Christmassy. Okay, so these are the Icelandic trolls called the Yule lads. There's 13 of them, and they're kind of like tricksters. There's cartoon versions too, if you see, but these are like guys dressed up as them. And they're kind of like naughty. And their names are indicative of what like their names are indicative of what they do. Like they're called obviously in Icelandic spoon licker, door slammer, sausage swiper, all sorts of fun names. And I think it's a little bit more positive kind of connotation than it used to be. Like people just think of them as like naughty, but maybe they were there just like Santa to help guide kids into behaving themselves, or they would come and get you, something like that. And then where is the, yeah, I'm going to show you. Okay. Wait, I need to stop sharing this screen and share. Here we go. There we go. This is, yeah, this is where we're talking about the Vatnajökull Glacier with all of the ice, and then, which is in this part of Iceland. And then down here in this little peninsula where Reykjavik is the volcano eruption, and there's a blue lagoon, just like we talked about. What was that other one? Was Aoraki? No, it wasn't Aoraki. It was the band, the lake there. Yeah. So let's see. Here I'm going to show you a picture of what I've knit up with it. And I'm going to show you a picture rather than my knitting because I kind of had to keep knitting so I can keep on task here. This is what I've knit up with through day 5, you can see. And this is where I put my 2 pieces, kind of like where I'm going to join them. And then if you want to see it a little closer, this is what it looks like. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, day 5. Now the bands are going to get a little bit thinner, but you can see the little little bits of snow falling on our stripes here. So that's what those little white spots look like when you knit them up. Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to show you next. There's volcano webcams. Yes. Now let's get to the fire part. Let's get to the fire part. Yeah. Here we go. So live from Iceland. Live from Iceland.is is what we're going to look at. Here is back on that little peninsula, which is kind of the other side of the island. Live today, while I'm making it. It may look differently on the 29th when you watch this. But today I'm cold in here, which is why I'm wearing one of my samples. And this might warm me up if I get to watch the watch the volcanic eruption with lava. Love that. It's definitely Iceland. I've always wanted to go to Iceland. Um, I've not been. I mean, um, I almost had the opportunity in my previous work life to go to Iceland because I used to work in glass manufacturing, and there was like the sides of skyscrapers, and we did put coatings on them, and we also made the glass and stuff. And I was a quality engineer or a process engineer. And so because I was involved in quality, if there was a complaint, like sometimes I would go visit a job site, and sometimes that would be the side of like a building, like a not a tall skyscraper, but something taller with the fancy glass on the side. And I did that a few times. And then there was a complaint from like a job site that we made glass for in Iceland, in Reykjavik. And you know who went? Because he wanted to go. My boss went because he wanted to go to Iceland and have like a reason to go. And I was like, damn, I really would have loved going to Iceland. This was many years, like 20 years ago. So that would have been really fun. I would love to take one of those like knitting tours of Iceland, the Icelandic yarns. I mean, we could talk forever about that stuff. I just wanted to talk about the glacier ice, touch on the fire, the volcano stuff that's happening right now. If we got into talking about Icelandic knitting and Icelandic yarns, oh my gosh, I could talk forever and you'd never watch the end of this video. But I do love a good Icelandic yarn, and even even the unspun ones that not everybody loves. Like there's a project that I'm knitting, one of the many projects I'm knitting, that is an unspun yarn that you have to like knit it differently. It's not like you can't pull on it like these. But anyway, so if you have never tried it, try knitting with an Icelandic yarn, and you can kind of see why it's so cold there, that they would want something lofty and warm. I like the sample in Dash that I'm wearing right now, although this is not Iceland. But yes, I know I have not been to Iceland. I think my husband would actually love to go. Is it going to happen right away? No, no, probably when the kids are out of the house, if we happen to go. And maybe when there's not a volcanic eruption actively happening, impacting airlines in the area. So you go feel free to correct me on my pronunciation of any Icelandic terms because I know it's horrible. And I will join you tomorrow for day 6. Hope you have a great day. Bye.